Alright, so here we go. Another top list thing video. Although, this one, we'll see. This isn't in any specific order, it's just 5 awesome zombie games. Actually, it's more than 5, but let's just keep it simple. I'll just throw together a list of zombie games that, if you're a fan of zombie games, or you're getting a console soon, or you want to play some good damn zombie games, these are some of them. Again, not in any specific order, because it would be a torture to try and categorize from like S tier to F tier these games, because some of them I like because they've got good graphics, story, gameplay, and they're priced well. Some of them, subpar graphics, don't get updated, and the only reason I like them is because their concept is good. You'll know what I'm talking about when I get to it. So yeah, for those reasons it'd be hard to grade the upcoming games. I reckon a few of you at least will agree with these games that are on the list, because, I mean, they're highly rated games as they are, so you kind of be in the minority, I guess, to disagree. But anyway, in the past I have done open world zombie survival crafting games lists. This isn't that. This isn't specifically zombie crafting games. This is just, if there's zombies in it, there's a chance it'll be on this list. And when I say zombies, I'm also including infected, like in Left 4 Dead. But I won't be including Last of Us because they're not really zombies or infected. Well, technically they're infected with the spore, the fungus, but I've never played it, so I can't really put it on the list. It's not, in my opinion, it looks like an alright game, but I've never played it, so I can't really put it on the list. Another game, by that reasoning, is fuck me, I can't speak. Is Days Gone. I've played a few hours of it, and honestly, if I'd put as much time into Days Gone as I've put into Dead Island, then yeah, Days Gone would 100% be on this list. In fact, actually, you know what? Executive decision. I'm gonna put Days Gone on this list. Days Gone, good zombie game, play it. There we go, it's on the list. But I've not put much time into it, so I can't really talk much of it. I haven't seen anything of it really. I've seen the Rad Brad play it for a bit. That's about it. So I've got really no experience with that game apart from odd snippets here and there and playing it for a few hours like a month ago. But yeah, anyway, let's go into the listy list. So first game to mind, because I was downloading it. I mean, it still is downloading. Is Dying Light. Now, I started playing this. No, I didn't start playing it. I started wanting to play this again because Dying Light 2 is coming out soon, and I was watching an AMA from one of the developers, and the game sounds damn good, although there's no guns in it apparently. Well, there's a craftable shotgun, but forget about that. So yeah, Dying Light is in my mind. I have it sitting there, I just haven't installed it yet in the PS. So it's installing just now, I'm going to play it. Basically, if you ever played Mirror's Edge, it's a parkour game. It's if Mirror's Edge and Dead Island had a baby, then that baby had a steroid boost consisting of graphics and gameplay buffs. That's what Dying Light is. It's like Dead Island, but faster paced and looks better and plays better. It's an amazingly fun game with a pretty big map, but it's nowhere near as big as Dying Light 2's map is going to be though. Winky face. Yep, literally just said winky face there. Deal with it. Some top tier weapon play, kind of like gunplay, but I mean melee weapons take precedent in the game. You can get guns like ARs and stuff, but I mean, you'd be better just to go around with a sword, to be honest. Anyway, because then I can parry you. I can't parry a bullet. Well, unless I had Kevlar. Anyway, I'm going off topic. So yeah, melee weapons and stuff. Good weapons. It's fun. It's satisfying to crack a skull. And also you have like an X-ray thing in it where if you break a bone in a zombie, it X-rays and shows you. It's like Sniper Elite style. It's pretty cool. But yeah, there's some interesting enemies in it. So you got the walkers, the biters, and you get the infected, which are runners, and you get the special infected, which are a pain in the ass. Like the volatiles, it's terrifying. The daytime gameplay is pretty fun, chill. You know, you can just go around and beat the shit out of some zombies, no real big deal. That wasn't meant to rhyme about it. Oh, that wasn't scripted. I'm just a rhyming master. Anyway. Yeah, zombie slaying fun during the day, minimal threat, you don't really need to worry about much. There's some humans in it. Bash them over the head with something, like an ashtray or something, and it's all good. But at night, everything changes, obviously, because it's Dying Light. The whole slogan is good night, good luck. So if you've played, obviously if you're watching this list, most likely you know what I'm talking about. At night, Yeah, my script says, for the uninitiated to the Kill Crane buffet, nighttime causes the zombies to mutate on the spot, some of them, not all of them, into infected. So if you're walking past a horde of walkers, some of them will change into runners, and then you'll just have to haul ass sea bass. I'm fucking weird, dude. But yeah, that will happen. And then there's also, like I mentioned before, the volatiles, which are bloody freaky and terrifying. Especially if you've a headset on and you're playing in the pitch black and it's nighttime in the game. Damn, terrifying. They can also parkour. They were a defected brother of the Mirror's Edge and Dead Island, baby. They were like the outcast, the runt. They are their own entity, apparently. I'm making it, so deal with it. They're pretty damn not fun to deal with. I've never killed one. I've been playing the game since it released, and I've never ever once killed a volatile. I can't think of ever killing one. If you have a gun, like a shotgun, with a sufficient amount of ammo, you could probably kill one, but I've never killed one. It's easier just to run away from them, to be honest. Or grapple hook, if you want to Spider-Man that shit. Yeah, I've lost my place in the script. I'm done. I keep going off it. Anyway. Yeah, so I made a joke here about saying they could outrun Usain Bolt without even breaking a sweat, and I was like, wait, did he even sweat? Haha, hilarious, good joke. Anyway. The game has a leveling system. It's kind of like an RPG, sort of. Has 3 tiers, or trees even. Technically 4, but the 4th one is like a prestige one. I haven't really dealt much. I can't fucking speak, dude. Haven't really dealt much with it. My god. I've only seen it, so I can't really talk much on that. But the other 3, one of them is a combat, which is just like you're beating the shit out of zombies one, and humans. The other one's the parkour tree, or whatever it's called, which is just about moving, jumping, running, parkouring over things and whatnot. So yeah, there's that, and then the 3rd one that I can talk about because I know it is the survivor one, where if you level that up, you get like better gear in the shops. Like the vendors sell you better things. Like instead of being able to buy a stick, you can buy a bastard sword. Don't know why the bastard sword's the first one that came to head, but I mean, there you go. Great sword. Let's get it. Fucking great swords is the best. Two-handed R2 can't be parried. But anyway. Yeah, so the leveling system's pretty cool. You level up. You know what leveling up systems are in games. You've played games before, I'm assuming. So level up, get a skill point, throw it into one of the skill point slots. But all 3 of them are separate. So for running and whatnot, you level up the running one, the parkour one, and at the same time you could be doing. You could level up like combat and running or parkour at the same time. But you would get 2 skill points, but not for one. You'd get 1 for each. So I don't know if I'm explaining it that well. Bit of a dumbass, but I'm assuming you understand what I'm talking about. You do a lot of running, you level up the running. Do a lot of bashing the shit out of skulls, level that up. The 3rd one, the survivor one, you can level that up by getting like GRE drops, which is a global global response effort or something. I don't know. It's some company thing in the game. It's like NATO. No, it's like UN. It's what it's like. The game's version of UN. Like United Nations. It's like that. They drop supply drops in and you can go get them. If you grab them, take them back to the quartermaster, you level up your survivor skill. The survivor skill tree is the only one you can actually lose progress on by dying. So don't die. This is the best thing to do, really. Some professional opinion right here. Anyway. The prestige one, like I said, don't really know much about it. Yeah, I can't say anything about it. I'm assuming you unlock better things with that because it's. I think it's locked until you hit like max level or something. I don't know. Either way, you can unlock more stuff with that. That'll be fun to figure out when I play it on PlayStation. And yeah, of all the games in this list, Dying Light has the best feature, hands down, which is the dropkick. Because no other game in this list can you dropkick a zombie off a roof, and then like watch it fall like 30 feet down. That shit's fun. So yeah. The next game, if future me is so kind as to throw it up on screen, is Dead Island. I'm going to actually throw in Dead Island Riptide as well into this because honestly they're pretty much the exact same game, just Riptide has better weapons and a different map and different characters, and other than that it's literally the exact same game. So yeah, Riptide could literally have just been DLC or an addition to Dead Island 1, and it would have played the same. So, anyway, yeah, Dead Island, Butte on Xbox, was released nearly 10 years ago. Well, also PlayStation. 10 goddamn years ago. I remember getting it on Christmas Day, because I got my Xbox in 2011. I was hyped. I played the shit out of it. I remember reading up on it, like on a news site, before it came out, before I got my Xbox, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta get this game. This game is the pinnacle of zombie slaying fun. And yeah, it was back in the day. It was fucking awesome. It still is pretty good. I still play it to this day. I got all the achievements in it in the 360, and then I did it again on the Xbox One, and I'm gonna eventually do it on the PlayStation if I actually bother playing it often. I play it sometimes. I play it, I don't know, kill a few zombies, and I'm like, alright, let's go back onto Dark Souls. That's pretty much it. Don't get me wrong though, it's a good game. Love it for the memories. Made a lot of good memories on it. It's not only good for nostalgia though. I mean, it's actually a good game. There are good games, Riptide and Dead Island 1. Really fun. The map's pretty goddamn big for what it is. Pretty large. There's some glitches in it, good and bad. The good one being a duplication glitch, which is just, I don't know, it's just fun to do. Just duplicate. It's also kind of necessary when, like, if you're running around with like 300 grand on you, like 300,000 bucks, and then you die and you haven't leveled up the death loss perk, where, like, I don't remember what it's called exactly, but there's a perk you can like level up on. It just gives you, it means you lose less money when you die. I just flicked my mic by accident. If you haven't leveled that up, then you'll lose a shit ton of money. Like if you had like 300 grand on you, you'd maybe lose like 210, maybe 190 grand. So not great. But yeah. Let's see, script. This is going well. But yeah, one of the bad glitches I mentioned is sometimes the items, if you throw them or drop them onto the ground, will just fall through the floor and you won't get them back. Like, that's just it. There was an infinite ammo pistol I had back in the day. Me and my friend were just wrecking shop with it, and part of the glitch to duplicate some things back in the day was you'd have to drop it and shoot it with an infinite ammo assault rifle, and then as you're shooting it, your friend would pick it up and then it would for some reason duplicate it. We were doing that with a pistol. I dropped it onto the ground and it just fell through the map, and that was it. That was it, gone forever. That was like 10 years, or maybe like 9 years ago. Fucking rip. Oh, I missed that. But yeah, the gameplay itself was fun and quite satisfying, similarly to Dying Light, with the clank of a metal pipe against a skull, the crushing of some bones when you're just GTA motherfucker, a zombie standing in the middle of the road when you're cruising 103 through the island in a black Cadillac, pickup truck. The story of this game was quite interesting, but to be honest, I don't give a shit about the story. Some people released a virus to see what it would do. Oh no, they didn't. Did they? Fuck, I don't know. Right. Maybe I gotta read up on the story. Anyway, story doesn't really matter. The gameplay is just the whole reason I played the game for. It was fun. And goofy at times. But yeah. One of the main reasons I like the game is because the RPG aspect of it. I love leveling up, progression and all that. It's just fun. You can upgrade your weapons, workbench, and again, the map's pretty big, so you're not gonna really run out of things to do that quickly, if at all. There's some like special ass weapons in the game you can get. What's it called? It's like the left hand of Glova, I think it's called. It's like some kind of like skull weapons that like one-shot enemies and shit. It is pretty fun. It's expensive to make though, but the duplication glitch kind of negates all expense in the game, so it doesn't really matter about that. It's fun. Should do it. The achievements, like I mentioned, were pretty easy too. Overall, I'd say Techland are just gods at creating zombie games, and that's the gist of it. Techland also fucking good at making trailers. Dead Island 1, the trailer was amazing. Riptide trailer was not as good, but pretty damn good still. Then the Run Boy Run trailer for Dying Light 2 trailer. No, what? Dead Island 2 trailer. I think they made that. I don't know. And then Dying Light's trailer itself. Bloody awesome. So, yeah, look out for the future. I'm going to make a Techland trailer top 10. But yeah, the characters in the game were pretty fun too. Sam B was my favourite character. Well, either Sam B or Zhang. Zhang? I don't know. The Asian chick. They're my favourite characters because Sam was a blunt weapon specialist and Zhang was a sharp weapon specialist. The blunt weapons are fun as shit, like cracking a skull with a baseball bat that's wrapped in barbed wire. what's not fun about that? Like, everyone should love that. Also, I'm talking about a game, not real life. But like Shang's specialty with the sharp weapons is machetes are top, right? Machetes are top tier. You know, like if a zombie apocalypse happened, I'd definitely be picking up a couple of my machetes and just going to town, because realistically speaking, it'd be a quicker kill. So Shang, I think I'm just gonna put them on a tie. I can't choose between Sam or Shang as my favourite characters, but they were my two favourite characters. But then in Riptide, I play as John. But honestly, I think Sam and Zhang would still be my favourites. I only played as John because he was new to the game series, so yeah. There was never a game called Escape Dead Island. That doesn't exist. That was just a dream. That's not on the list because it's a bad game. Naughty. Bad. Yeah, so... There was also some DLC to it, obviously, like the Bloodbath Arena. That was pretty top tier. Fun to just dick around in. It was also pretty fun going in level 50 because the levels, or the waves even, they don't equate to your level. They don't match your level. So if you go in at level 50, or wave 1 to maybe like 15 or something, the zombies will be less than level 20 or something. Basically, you can like one-shot with your bare fists up to like wave 15 or something, or maybe 10 if you were level 50, so it's pretty fun in that respect. Anyway, realizing 17 minutes in, not even the third game yet. Third game is feature me on the screen now. Hang on, take a pause. Found my straws earlier, I'm gonna use them just now. Yeah, the next game is the game I was mentioning earlier about the bad things. On console, this game is an abomination. On console, this game has not had an update since Rose threw that jewellery thing into the water. The last time there was a console update to this game, the dinosaurs were still walking about and vibing and doing what dinosaurs do. But, to be fair, the publishing company for this game shut down years ago, so that's why there's no updates to it on console. On PC, it gets updates fairly regularly, I guess, but on console, dog shit, don't get it, overpriced, sucks, horrible graphics, clunky as shit. It's like playing a goddamn PlayStation 2 game. It's bad. Oh yeah, I haven't even mentioned the game. It's 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die is the next game in the list. Jesus Christ, unbelievable. I'm gonna get into a rant here. On console, the game is $29.99. That's 30 squids. That's 30 cephalopods for a game that should not be worth more than $11.99. If you're going to buy it at all on console. That was also not meant to rhyme. Again, fair enough, the company shut down, but still, Christ, drop the game price, goddammit. I bought it years ago on PC. I play it on PC. So yeah, that's my rant over about 7 Days to Die. Now let's talk about the positive qualities of 7 Days to Die. The game is banging on PC. It looks good actually on PC. It plays well. It's not clunky. The skill system is pretty goddamn in depth, like very much in depth. The crafting system is, you know, it's not as easy as Minecraft, but it's like not the extent of, say, what's an overly complex crafting system in a game? I don't know, Rust? I've never played Rust. But point is, it's easy to pick up, it's fun to play. There aren't many games these days that I can throw on for 20 minutes, play it for a bit, or play it for 20 minutes, turn around, look at the time, and it's actually been like 4 hours. Like, legit, that's a common occurrence with me in 7 Days to Die. I'll throw it on, I'll be like, alright, okay, I'll fortify this area, I'll build a wall around my base, and that'll be it. And then, like, 7 hours later, I'm like, oh shit, that didn't go to plan. I have not had dinner today. But no, goddamn, the game is actually really goddamn good on PC. If this was a tiered list, this game would be an A tier. Would it? Yeah, A tier, banging. The only reason it wouldn't be an S tier is because it's not AAA. It doesn't look like a AAA game. It doesn't. There's some weirdness in the animation. There's some things that. There's some things that could be good, better about it, but I mean, for what it is, it's pretty fucking fun. You know, if you don't know what it is, it's a survival game, pure survival. Well, there is creative mode in it, but pure survival. You've got hunger, you've got food. Same thing, idiot. You got hunger, you get thirst. You've got like bandages, splints. If you like fall too far, you break a leg. You need to not walk. I mean, you need to not run. You just have to walk. There's some like severe customization for the maps that you're playing. You can actually make your own map for it. sort of. You've got... What was I going to say there? Damn it! That phone dinging threw me off track. Bollocks. Customize it. Oh yeah, the zombie behavior. You can customize that. You can make it so they're always feral, which is just dumb. You're not going to survive even one day on that. Or you can make it because they can smell you through walls when you're on feral mode. So yeah, not a good idea. Or you can make it like Dawn of the Dead from the 70s, where it's just good, nice, slow walkers, the way it should be. Make zombies great again. Anyway, the game's fun. It's really good. It's got a good good building system in it as well, like the physics and whatnot. You actually have to use supports for buildings. You can't just build Minecraft style or dig in Minecraft style. Haha, good joke. You can't just build Minecraft style where there's no gravity. If you build it out like 6 or something from no foundation, it will just fall. Pretty fun, yeah. It's damn good game. You can make a farm in it. You can steal a farm in it, or by steal I mean just take over a farm because there's farms in it. Randomly generated worlds, all that fun stuff. It's a good game. If you're into zombie survival, 100% play 7 Days to Die. That's a damn good game. You can make IEDs, pokey spike traps, metal barricades covered in barbed wire. Nothing not to like about it, you know. It's great. Yeah. So yeah. Either way, 7 Days to Die, good game. Not on console. No, don't get it on console. I have it on console. I respect it. I regret it. Anyway, next game on the list. It's Dead Risings. I'm gonna lump them all together because honestly, I couldn't pick one specific Dead Rising. Maybe 3. Not to be my favourite, just to be the most enjoyable, and not in depth, but most enjoyable, semi-realistic, like in the action Dead Rising game would probably be 3, because it's still goofy and fun like the first 3, but it's a lot darker, and it takes itself a little bit more seriously, but not too serious as it's just a normal, boring zombie game. It's still pretty fun. You can still wear dumb like shark costumes, and if you use a certain weapon in the game that's like so powerful it literally blows your clothes off. It's just goofy, fun, nonsensical and pointless at times. But one of the best ones is definitely the first one. Dead Rising 1, I have a lot of good memories on that. Specifically 7 Day Survivor achievement and Zombie Genocider. Because there's really no better way to make a memorable game than to add an achievement where you have to kill over 50,000 zombies. When, by the way, it takes, I think it was like 4 hours. 4 hours of just driving around to do it. I mean, like, yeah, it's doable, but like Christ. And that's 4 hours. That's not even the 14 hours, or like more likely 15 to 16 hours you'd need to spend on the 7 Day Survivor. Fuck, I love that game. That's a good game. But yeah, the main issue with the first one obviously is just the Survivor AI being an unenjoyable torture. It's like trying to teach a squirrel how to knit a scarf. I don't know why I put that in the script. That makes no fucking sense. Alright, GG. But regardless, Dead Rising 1's by far one of my favourite games overall, but definitely one of my favourite Dead Rising games. Or zombie games, I mean, not Dead Rising games. The ingenuity it brought to the zombie genre, because that was really one of the first zombie games. I mean, yeah, obviously Resident Evil was out in 96, but Dead Rising and Resident Evil are completely different. Also, they're made by the same company, so whatever. Regardless, I said regardless like 17 times, I don't know, whatever. There was also a weird fever dream of a port that was brought to the Wii called Chop Till You Drop. That was pretty fun. I actually enjoyed that. It was made in the Resident Evil 4 engine, so hype. Love Resident Evil 4. Not on this list though, because they're not zombies, and you're a fucking idiot if you think they are. Anyway, that's a nerve that you can strike for me. Yeah. So Dead Rising games all in. 1, 2 off the record, and 3 were banging. There was never a 4th game. It was never made. They were thinking about it, but I think they went a different direction. I think they just made Monster Hunter. I can't speak. I think they just made Monster Hunter World instead. So good for them, I guess. Maybe one day we'll get Dead Rising 4. They're all pretty much in the same respect as gameplay, excluding the third one. Dead Rising 1, 2, and off the record. Pretty much the same game with better AI and a graphics overhaul and a new map and characters. So honestly, if you like one, you'll like the lot of them. They're fucking fun games, like the top games, like really goddamn, like of all the games that have ever been made, the Dead Rising series stand out as one of the best ever made. Same as Dead Space 4, please. But yeah, Off the Record was a fun, nice addition. It was a sort of what if of Dead Rising 2 if it was Frank instead of Chuck. It was pretty damn good. Frank West is awesome. The joys of riding around in a little tricycle with pink tassels in the handlebars while dozens of zombies are just slumbering after you. It's just comically stupid, enjoyable, and it's just one of the many goofy things you can do in it. If you've never played a Dead Rising game, and you do like zombie games, then yeah, you should play Dead Rising. I'd probably say start off with either second one or maybe the third one, because the first one, if you play that for the first Dead Rising game, you'll probably just tear your hair out with the Survivor AI. They're goddamn torture, as I've said. But yeah, 3 was quite significantly different. Not even of what I've mentioned already, but the actual gameplay itself was different. It was more of an action-y game, more of a dark action, I'd say. It was over the shoulder, third person instead of. I mean, they're all over the shoulder, third person, but this was like the angle was tighter, so it was more of like a Resident Evil third person from like 2's remake, 3 remake, 4, 5, 6 than like Dead Rising 1, 2, and Off the Record. The psychopaths were bloody awesome in it in the third one. I mean, they're all good, but like the third one, because of the way they took the game and the graphics and whatnot, oh fucking hell, it was so fun. Psychopaths were great. Staple of the Dead Rising series. But yeah, to summarize, Dead Rising, great games. Don't take themselves too seriously. They've got some weird, fun characters and weapons. I mean, what other game can you throw a dildo in a leaf blower and use it to dispatch some zombies? You know, just like. So like that was me doing the sound effect for the dildo flying out of the leaf blower thing. By the way, I know it was uncanny. The combo weapons are just fucking fun. I mean, you can throw a lawnmower onto a couple of 2x4s and just walk around with the blades spinning. Duct tape some machetes to a remote controlled helicopter and just set up the most elaborate zombie trap ever. Just like press a button on it, starts making some noise. You got a noisy chopper, get it? Because there's machetes on it and there's a helicopter. Anyway, yeah, Dead Rising, fucking fun. Play it if you've never played it before. Top tier games. Alright, now for the final game. This is actually recorded a day later than everything else because I changed my mind on what was going to be in here. So, the final game is State of Decay 2. I have put a lot of time into this game, but at this point I haven't played it in quite a while. I played it a lot when it came out, and I loved the original. And this game, probably more so than 7 Days to Die, just sucks you in. It's just, you throw it on for 15 minutes and you spend hours on it by accident. So, one of those kind of games. It's one of the best zombie games I've ever played, and I would say it replaced Resi 2 on this list. Resi 2's remake, which is, you know, fair enough. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, but I think this is a better zombie game, to be honest. Because for a zombie game, to me, to be truly top tier, it has to be open world. There's just no question about it. If it's not an open world zombie game, it doesn't belong in the top tier ranks of zombie games. That's pretty much the gist of how I view it. But yeah, this game, brilliant game. Open world, scavenging, bloody intense at times because there's permadeath, so if your character dies, you don't get them back, ever. There's an array of unlockables and upgrades for your characters and your bases and your weapons. Or maybe not your weapons, but your vehicles and stuff. It's damn satisfying to gather the resources, which range from like materials for building, meds for your characters, and also the med bay and whatnot, your upgrades for the base. Fuel for the vehicles, obviously, because your car will run out of fuel in this game, and that's an issue in the harder difficulties as well. A very large issue. And there's also friendly survivors that you can recruit to your community, and when you get enough, you can move to a newer and bigger, better base. And in those bases, you can unlock new features, like base features. Like if you have a character with a specific skill set, you can unlock a sort of garage thing that will repair your vehicle overnight, if it's parked in the spot anyway, which is pretty cool. Firearm production lines, you can make ammo for them, you can make mollies, you just make a bunch of stuff that's just helpful in the apocalypse, really. The med bay to cure your characters of blood plague and generic hurts. Because in this game you can get infected, and if your character gets infected and you don't cure it, they will die, and then they will turn, and then they will attack all your other characters. So that's pretty fucking cool. I like that aspect of the game. So don't let them turn. The game's just got so much to it. There's so much you can do. So much time that can be spent into it, and it does have a sort of New Game Plus feature. Well, no, it's not sort of, it is a New Game Plus feature. So like once you beat the main story, like because you obviously have like a storyline that you have to follow, but depending on which character you choose, like which category they are, it'll be a different storyline. But either way, once you finish the main storyline, the main quest line, whatever, for your character, you'll get the option to move, like to leave the area and just travel with your community. And then if you load the game or just continue playing it, you can go into a new map, because I think there's like 4 or 5 different maps for the game, and it's just randomly generated, or you can choose it. It's not randomly generated, it's randomly chosen by the game. Or when you start it, I think you can actually manually choose the map you want to play on. And then you can just go into a new game with the same characters, same gear you've unlocked, same weapons, same skill sets, all that fun stuff. It's just good. You have an influence, it's like a currency sort of thing in the game, and you keep all that. It's just really, that's just an amazing game, really. State of Decay 3 is going to be awesome, as long as it's not an MMO. If it's an MMO, they're going to ruin it, but if it's as it is just now, it'll be great. Let's see, blood plagues. Yeah, there's the disease is called blood plague. There's some zombies, like in the higher difficulties, some zombies can be infected with, or they're all infected, I guess, but some special infected can be infected with it. Like you get blood plague juggernauts, which are not fun, and you pretty much just want to ignore them and leave them to their own thing. Just don't try and fight it. Especially since like when the game released, it was still a hefty game. There's still a lot to do in it, but at this point, like almost 2 years after, no shit, almost 3 years after its release, there's so much new stuff in it. The difficulties alone, add a lot more into it. Like I think the highest difficulty is Nightmare mode, no Dread Zone, no Nightmare, I don't know, whatever it is. It increases the damage that the enemies do. It increases their health, so they do more damage to you, you do less damage to them, that sort of thing. You've got blood plague variants of the zombies, which will infect you quicker, and on the higher difficulties, the blood plague, it gives you a time limit in real time, it's like 2 hours or something. But in the higher difficulties, that time's shortened. I don't know if it's shortened by an extreme amount. Like I don't know if like you'll have a real time amount of maybe like 10 minutes to cure your character or to die. I'm not sure, but I know it's shortened in the higher difficulties of how long you have before you can cure them. The resources are fewer, so the fuel, the materials, the meds, all that stuff, you're not going to find as much. The fuel also for the cars is in short supply, so I don't know if it would even be possible to traverse one of the maps from west to east or east to west, north to south, that sort of thing, and not die, like without a car, especially on like Nightmare mode, because I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it increases the number of hordes that spawn in the world as well. So I'd legit think it would be near impossible to survive without a vehicle. Oh, also the vehicles take more damage on the higher difficulties, so usually in like bitch pussy easy mode, you can just slam through some zombies, kill them all, no worries. But I don't play easy mode because I don't see the point. But on the highest of the high difficulties, you can't do that. It will just destroy your car and you'll be stuck. But yeah, anyway, there's obviously some special infected, like I've mentioned. You've got screamers, which will just scream and attract more zombies. It'll also stagger you, it'll freeze you in place for a second. You've got Juggernaut, which I mentioned. It's just a huge, tough, big guy that will just take all the hits you've got and just floor you in one shot. You get Ferals, which can literally rip your character in half. So don't let them do that. You'll lose that character forever. And you also have Bloaters, which are like kind of like the Claymore of zombies. They will just either sort of be chilling out in an area or lying down sometimes in the middle of the road. And if you drive over them, they'll blow up and they'll just put toxic, like noxious gas around your car. And if you don't get out, you'll die. And if you don't leave the area, you'll die. So, yeah. You can shoot them in the head. That doesn't kill them. I mean, it does kill them. It doesn't cause them to detonate, as far as I remember. Anyway. I'm gonna need to play this game again. This is a fun game. But yeah, overall it's just a great game. If this was a tier list, it would be an S tier. State of Decay 2. Definitely an S tier. So yeah, if you're wanting like an actual proper scavenger survival zombie game that's quite intense at times, because if you're scavenging buildings, you'd be best to actually stay quiet and not draw attention to yourself. So you'd be better like crouching around and not running around firing off guns, all that stuff. So the game is damn intense. Overall it's just a great game. I would recommend it 100% of the time. There's been no time in the past where I'd be like, yeah, nah, just wait for an update. Never. It's always been a good game. The first one was kind of iffy with its optimization, but the second one doesn't really have that issue, to be honest. So, yeah, State of Decay 2. Final game on the list. Thanks for watching. Outro time. Let's go. What do we say? Like the video, subscribe, check out the other videos, all that fun stuff. And yeah, support is appreciated. Hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye. And don't get bit.